It says volumes about a person, huh?
Yeah, it does. These go to 11. Have you ever seen Spinal Tap?
I'm not cultured.
Well, then that made no sense to you.
I only know the drummer explodes. The only thing I know about that is the
Drummer is cool too.
I know I asked this already. Are we starting at 9?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Right? Isn't that what we had talked about in
starting
rehearsal?
at
At 9.
Okay, that's good.
I kind of forget what we talked about in that rehearsal.
Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention.
Well, good evening. Good evening, and please join me in congratulating the class of 2024. As president of Youngstown State University, I am so pleased and honored to welcome you to this evening's commencement. Please stand for the presentation of the colors by the Youngstown State University Army Reserve Officers Training Corps Color Guard, and remain standing for the national anthem sung by Rachel Gardner. Thank you very much, Rachel. Please be seated. It is now my pleasure to call upon one of your fellow graduates to reflect on his experiences at YSU and mark the ceremony with his inspiring words. Gunnar Carwile is graduating today with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Creative Arts. It is my honor to introduce Gunnar.
Thank you, President Johnson. First off, I wanted to thank my friends and family for carrying me through these past 5 years of college. Without you guys, I don't think I would have made it through. Second, I want to congratulate all of you guys on such a tremendous achievement. Not only are you graduating with a degree, but getting a degree is challenging in itself, especially living in a world that seems to push arts or creative arts to the side, and sometimes even worse. But doing this is a tremendous life achievement. Looking back on my time here at YSU, it's been nothing short of eventful. Academic changes, course mix-up, financial struggles, 3 different administrations, and a pandemic. This has been a trip going from this terrified freshman to this still terrified senior. But I'm extremely thankful for it. I've met some amazing people since being here, whether that was in the dorms, or working in the theater department, or on stage, off stage in the productions. But in my opinion, I got a lot of friends through, in my humble opinion, the greatest fraternity in the world, Sigma Chi. Without those guys being there as a rock for me when I was going through troubles and keeping me in check when I needed to be put in check, I thank you, the brothers of Sigma Chi. One person, though, I want to give a huge shout out to This person gives day in and day out, not only to the student body, but to the department as well, whether that be the hard-hitting advice that they need to hear but they don't want to hear, inspiration, an area to grow in their creativity, and especially a judge-free zone to be whoever they want to be and really get to experience the college life. A few years ago, I was considering dropping out. COVID hit, I had a really bad semester, and I was trying to figure out whether or not this was going to be the new normal, and figure out if it was something that I really wanted to do. I came to YSU as a performer, and in my first couple of years, I had not made my way into a main stage production. I also fell behind building scenes for the shows, painting, working in the wood shop, and just trying to broaden my skills in any way I could. I started to heavily doubt myself if I was capable of doing this. But during the fall in 2021, I was cast in my first main stage production here at YSU called Puffs. I was cast as someone who had to play around 13 different characters. Not something easy to do. I had asked the director as to why he cast someone who wasn't in a show yet, or he didn't really know in such a difficult role. He said something along the lines of, well, I was told you were knowledgeable on the material, and to be honest with you, I'm taking a chance. I did not want to let him down, so over Christmas break, I dug in and knew my material. Little did I know that I would get the chance to learn under this person for my next 3 productions. Here, and not only get to know him as my mentor, but as a friend. I have learned so much from him, whether it was in the scene shop and our chats about life, woodwork, paint, his questionable design choices for some shows, but most importantly, learning more about myself and my capabilities, not only as an actor, but as a human being. I firmly believe without him, without someone taking a chance on me, I would not be here today. I truly owe you this, Todd. Thank you. To wrap this speech up and get the show on the road, I want to offer up some advice that I've found myself leaning on during my time here and that I will be taking forward with me as I move into whatever it is that I do after here. From this point forward, no one's holding your hand. We're on our own to use our educations and implement them in our journeys to becoming successful in whatever it is that we do. There's a quote from Matthew McConaughey that goes, "Life's not easy. Don't try to make it. It's not fair, never was, isn't now, and never will be." Do not fall into the entitlement trap of feeling you're a victim, because you're not. Get over it and get on with it. And yes, most things are more rewarding when you break a sweat for them. Out there, life will beat you down and kick you while you're there. You got to keep on pushing. Fall down 7, get up 8. You all survived YSU. You can survive anywhere. To wrap up, finally, I'll leave you all with this quote from Robin Williams in the Dead Poets Society. We don't read and write poetry because it's cute. We read and write poetry because we are members of the human race. And the human race is filled with passion. Medicine, law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for. To quote Walt Whitman, "Oh me, oh life, of the questions of the reoccurring, of the endless trains of faithless, of cities filled with the foolish. What good amid these, O me, O life?" Answer, that you are here, that life exists and identity, that the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse, that the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse. What will your verse be? That's my question to you, graduating class of 2024. What will your verse be? Thank you.
Wow. Thank you for those inspiring words, Garner. La, 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 la. It's hot up here on this stage. I got some water down there. But thank you, those words really meant a lot. So, to students, our graduates today, It's my profound honor to join you and your family in helping to celebrate this important occasion. Today, you're not just graduates. You're beacons of hope and exemplars of perseverance and dedication. Whether you got your student loans, grants, scholarships, help from family, or paid your tuition yourself, the degree that you've earned today is just the down payment on your future. Indeed, one of the greatest Americans of the 18th century, Benjamin Franklin, he had graduates like you in mind when he said these famous words: "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest." Each of you has the inherent ability to achieve greatness through perseverance and personal responsibility. My friends, no one, and I mean no one, Gunnar even mentioned it, life is hard. You're going to face challenges. No one owes us success. But your hard work here at YSU demonstrates that you're ready to earn it. So I urge you to engage in the life and journey of our region, our state, our great nation. Participate, encourage, and lead. The values you uphold and the decisions you make will not only shape your own destiny, but also the future of America. Your parents and grandparents, many of whom are with us today, and you should thank them. They helped you get here. Their sacrifices and encouragement should inspire you to do the same thing for others as you travel life's journey. Sure, we're going to give you a piece of paper today that will prove that you were educated here. But your future deeds, choices, and character will say so much more than just your degree. Mark Twain, the great writer, once said, "The two most important days in your life are the day that you're born and the day that you figure out why." So I urge you to seek out ways to know why. Know why and understand why you were so blessed to have been able to spend these amazing years here at Youngstown State University. I assure you, my young friends, that it was not by accident. Exploring that question, why, is so critically important, because you'll learn along your journey that doing a thing well simply takes practice, but doing the right thing takes principle. Knowledge is a good thing, but without integrity, without knowing who you are at your core, it will fail you. Your steps may lead you away from this beautiful campus, but a piece of YSU will always be with you. So on behalf of the Youngstown State University and our vast Penguin family, I wish you well. We're so very proud of you, and we're so thankful that our future, the future of our state, the future of our nation, is in your hands. At this time, I would like to recognize the students from our Honors College graduating today. They are wearing special medallions. I'd also like to recognize students graduating with honors. They're wearing gold cords. Will these students please stand? Thank you, and please be seated. It is now my privilege to introduce the YSU Board of Trustee members that are present with us today, and I ask that each of them stand and continue standing until all have been recognized. Mr. Rick Frida, President and Chief Executive Officer for Compco Industries, and our student trustee, Julie Centofanti. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Now, would you please join me in welcoming Dr. Jennifer Pintar, our interim provost and vice president for academic affairs.
Good evening. We are honored to have Mr. Larry Davis speak to us today. Larry earned a Bachelor of Fine Arts from Youngstown State University in 1976, and then a Master of Fine Arts at California State University in Long Beach with a major in sculpture. While still a graduate student, Larry began a long career with the Walt Disney Company, holding numerous creative positions. Larry stepped away from Disney to pursue his own design firm and had success working in the entertainment industry as well as continuing to create art. Upon returning to Disney, Larry continued creating and exhibiting his own art, including a commission for a 17-foot-tall outdoor sculpture in Burbank, and shows at many galleries throughout California and Oregon. Larry retired from Walt Disney Imagineering as executive producer and creative director for the Shanghai Disneyland. It was my pleasure to get to know Larry a few days ago with his lovely wife, Maureen, and I'll tell you, he has some interesting stories of his career. So please join me in welcoming Larry.
Well, hello there. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2024, okay? And welcome to the family, friends, and faculty. I'm incredibly honored and extremely humbled to be asked to be the speaker today for the first ever separately held commencement for the Cliffe College of Creative Arts. What an honor this is for me. My sincere thanks to President Johnson, members of the YSU Board of Trustees, Dean Phyllis Paul, Interim Provost Jen Pintar, and also former Chair of the Art Department, and my brother in sculpture, Greg Mooring, and also current Acting Chair of the Art Department, Joy Christensen Erb. My sincere thanks to all of you for this prestigious honor. You know, I was trying to figure out, why in the world would I be asked to be your speaker? I mean, I'm not Jeff Bezos, I'm not Oprah Winfrey, certainly not Taylor Swift. I'm just a kid from Salem, a kid who went to YSU trying to figure out who he was, trying to take some classes to help toward a possible career, basically trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life. And then it hit me. That's exactly why I was asked. We're all just kids from somewhere, right? Some of you probably from right here in Youngstown, maybe some from Niles, some from Warren, Erie, Pennsylvania, Canfield, maybe even Salem. Any Salem Quakers out there? Well, go Quakers, anyway. All going to YSU, looking to open up opportunities to help you navigate into your future. Whoops, sorry about that. Sorry again. Sorry again. It's a little too tall for a short guy. One more, okay. I think I got it. Okay. Some of you may have very clear ideas of where you want to go with your career, whereas others may be winging it a bit. That was me. But all of you chose to pursue a degree in the creative field. That's the commonality here. By the way, sorry to call you kids, But a strange thing happened to me several years ago. I was wrapping up the final leg of my career with Walt Disney Imagineering. After traveling to China for 3 years, sometimes twice a month, and this was an incredibly stressful, high demanding, 24/7 role that I had on the Shanghai project. Then I finally finished the construction phase with, I had to live in Shanghai for 2 years. And then my wife, Maureen, my wonderful wife, Maureen, who's right down here, came over to attend the grand opening ceremonies with me. And then, once I was back in LA, it was kind of like traveling 5,000 miles an hour and hitting a brick wall. It was a total change of my life. And don't get me wrong, throughout my career, I always had a very high-profile, stressful, demanding job with lots of responsibility and lots of travel. But this one in Shanghai was the only time in my entire career that I had to completely step away from my artwork. So back home in LA, with my stress level and responsibility level significantly subsided, one day I looked in the mirror and I thought, OMG, who is this old guy looking back at me? It was a rude awakening. Aging creeps up on you. You guys don't have to worry about that for a long time, but your parents, watch out. It's coming. It is coming. Boy. Anyway, once I accepted the fact that I'd gotten old, it made everyone younger than me look like a kid, hence my point. But don't worry, I'm not going to call you kids anymore. So now some history about the Cliffe College. When I started at YSU Bliss Hall, this building did not even exist. In fact, the art department was relegated to 2 buildings. One was a building called Kling & Waddell, which I believe is where the campus lofts are now, and it took up only a small portion of that footprint in the corner. And the other one was in the basement of the Rayan building. I guess there's also a Kling & Waddell Hall here now, but it's much bigger than what our art department was. We were a bit like an off-campus enclave of renegade artists and art educators. And sometimes it felt like we were mostly just being tolerated in the hopes that we would disappear. And that's not fair to the university, but it kind of felt that way sometimes. And I remember a bit about my commencement. The entire graduating class was in the gymnasium, and they would announce each individual school. So the School of Science, and then this large swath of students would stand up. The School of Business, another swath of students would stand up. Engineering, et cetera. And then they announced the School of Fine Arts, and I think there were 6 of us. And everyone was looking around like, where are they? And we're back in the corner going, here we are, here we are. And yet here you are, and there's more than 6 of you. That's pretty cool. How far you have come and how far the arts have progressed here at YSU. You not only have Bliss Hall, you have McDonough Museum of Art right across from the Butler. So think about that. When I was coming to school here, there was very little in terms of fine art. And now all of this and a separately held commencement. Wow, it's pretty cool. You're making history today. And this is directly related to the leadership and faculty that have led the art department here. They built the foundation for and have continued to fight for recognition of the amazing college that all of you are getting ready to graduate from. Look, I know this is a big deal. You're all graduating. It's a big deal for me too, because I'm coming full circle. I was here near the beginning, and I'm here now for this monumental occasion. My success was not achieved without some huge roadblocks, setbacks, and major missteps along the way. But you won't hear much about that today, and you won't read it in my bio. Just know that all of you will have good days and bads, periods of achievement and periods of struggle, good fortune and maybe some not so good fortune, success and failure, and I know you've heard it before, but it's all part of the equation. And I am an example that you cannot have one without the other. As you may know from my bio, I began at YSU as a biology major, playing drums in a successful rock band. The two didn't mix well, but I tried and I failed. It's really my first taste of real failure. I dropped out of school rather than failing out. Honestly, I was certain I was going to be a rock star, so I really didn't need a college diploma. Then, I got my second taste of failure a few years down the road when the band broke up. And that is what made me reevaluate my life and eventually led me back here to YSU. So miraculously, in just a little over 3 years, I was able to bring a whopping 1.45 GPA, which is what I left with, up to a 3.8. So I was pretty proud of that. I bring up my music career because there are a couple of music lyrics that have resonated with me through the years, and I wanted to share them with you. One was from John Lennon after the Beatles broke up. You've heard of the Beatles, right? The parents have heard of the Beatles, right? Grandparents? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, after they broke up, John recorded an album with his wife, Yoko Ono. And one of the songs on the album was a love letter to their son, Sean. And one of the lyrics from that was, "Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans." So simple, so eloquent, and so true. It's important to make plans, especially now, as you begin your journey toward a career and life on your own. But please be open to other opportunities and change as it happens, because it will. And as John Lennon certainly pointed out. Here's another one from Gerard Way, the singer from My Chemical Romance. You've heard of MCR, right? The Black Parade? Okay, there you go. I knew that would hit you. By the way, Gerard was our neighbor, and Maureen and I met he and his wife, Lindsay. They're very nice people. And he came to one of my art shows in Highland Park. It was really cool. And this lyric, again, it's very simple. You get what everyone gets, you get a lifetime. So short, simple, but very true. That's what we all get. Some lifetimes are long. Some people live into their hundreds. Unfortunately, some are cut short. And most of us are somewhere in between. So I ask you grads, what will you do with your lifetime? You can either let things happen to you, or you can make things happen for you. That is what all of you will be discovering as you make your way through life's challenges. Once I realized that it was the displays I made for science fairs that won awards for those fairs, and not my intellectual prowess, was when I started to reassess my direction. I like working with my hands. I like making things. I've always liked making things. I'm still making things. When I moved into the realm of fine arts here at YSU, my life changed forever. I became passionate about what I was doing and the possibilities for my future. All of my instructors here at YSU pushed me beyond where I thought I was capable of going and helped me gain that passion for creativity, which is unlike anything I'd ever experienced before. And there's one in particular who was an inspiration and mentor, whom I credit with helping me go beyond my perceived abilities and really recognize my full potential. That instructor is now a dear friend of mine and has joined me here tonight, along with his wonderful wife, Karen, Professor Emeritus Richard Mitchell, or Mitch, as I affectionately call him. Thank you, Mitch and Karen. I love you both. It was because of Mitch and the other instructors here at YSU that I was able to move toward a career that would span over 30 years with the Walt Disney Company, while also progressing and growing as a fine artist in the Los Angeles area. 50 plus years ago, when I started that journey, I could have never envisioned that outcome. It happened to me while I was busy making other plans. I moved to California to attend graduate school, which, by the way, I ended up teaching art at Cal State University, Long Beach, and that was my goal at the time. And it was a part-time instructor who was teaching the bronze casting class, who also happened to manage the entertainment department at Disneyland, who gave me my first opportunity with the Walt Disney Company. It was definitely about being in the right place at the right time. So, to you grads, I say, in order to get to that right place, you need to consistently put yourself out there. And the more you do, the better chance you have of being in that right place or meeting that right person who can change your life. Now I'd like to briefly address the parents in the room, since there could be some skeptics out there, especially related to the creative field. There may be somebody who's thinking right now, if only my daughter had decided to become a doctor instead of an actor, or if only my son had decided to become a lawyer instead of a sculptor. It happens. I personally believe that creativity makes the world a better place. And I wanted to reassure you parents that I'm not alone in that thinking. So I researched several publications on creativity. Many had similar definitions and came to similar conclusions, but I thought I'd share quotes from two of them. From Psychology Today, and I quote, "Creativity encompasses the ability to discover new and original ideas. It's a part of our drive as humans. fostering resilience, sparking joy, and providing opportunities for self-actualization. The Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy states, and again I quote, "Creativity can be applied not just to artworks, but to any creative product, whether it be a scientific theory, a technological invention, a philosophical breakthrough, or a novel mathematical or logical puzzle." The point is, all fields evolve due to creative thinking. And I stand here as an example of someone who started here at YSU as a biology major, changed my career into the fine art department, and was able to span my life experiences and career far beyond just that of creating my art. In closing, I know you grads are going to change the world, and you've heard this before, but I'm going to reiterate. I know because when I was growing up, there was a phone mounted on the wall in our kitchen with a receiver and a coil cord and a rotary dial. Every member of the house used that phone with no privacy. We typed letters and school papers on a typewriter, and when you made a mistake, you had a little bottle of white out, you painted it on, and you blew on it till it dried so you could go back and type over. You took your film out of your camera to a processing center, got it processed, paid for all the photos even if none of them came out. And if you wanted to do any video, you had a giant camcorder on your shoulder with a VHS cassette. Now, every one of you has a computer, a phone, a word processor, a camera, and a video recorder in your pocket, all dreamed up by creative thinkers like you. So, astonishing. So, make your plans for your future, live your life, and most importantly, pursue your passion. They will coexist, sometimes overlap, sometimes bump into each other, but it is your life to do with what you will. Like Gerard said, you get what everyone gets, you get a lifetime. I wish you all a successful career resulting in fulfillment of goals, a sense of accomplishment, a happy, healthy life full of creativity and love. Thank you, and congrats to the class of 2024.
I got to push it back up. Thank you for that beautiful piece, and thank you, Larry, for those great words of wisdom. As you all know, we are having 6 different graduation ceremonies this year, and I will say that yours is the final one, and for next year, I would push to have yours first, because I'm pretty sure sitting under these lights, I'm going to have a great tan and lose at least 5 pounds. So I'd like to switch the order next year. But I do want to acknowledge how many family and friends are in this audience, and I saw you originally, but now with these lights I can barely see you, but I know there's a lot of you. And it's just been so gratifying seeing how many family and friends have come out to support our students, and today on this very special day, graduates. So on behalf of YSU, thank you so much for all of your attendance here. I'd like to start by welcoming the Cliffe College class of 2024. As interim provost of YSU, it is my honor to address all of you today as we celebrate this huge milestone in your academic journey. You worked hard, sacrificed, and so did your family and friends. Today is the pinnacle of these efforts. You will receive your diploma, and with that, boundless opportunities. YSU is proud of each and every one of you, and know that your impact on this world has only just begun. I would like to take this opportunity to thank those who have served our university with their time and expertise. Our Board of Trustees, our executive officers, our deans. Please stand, deans that are in attendance, and be recognized. Our staff, and of course our amazing faculty. Faculty, please stand and be recognized. I am certain that they would all join me in saying congratulations, graduates. President Johnson, it is now my pleasure to present to you the candidates for academic degrees to be awarded today.
Larry and I have something in common. He created Mickey Mouse. I'm just old and short. Will the candidates for the undergraduate degrees please rise? That's you guys. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of Ohio and the University Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the respective undergraduate degree as earned, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereunto. Congratulations, and please be seated.
Good evening. I'm Dean Phyllis Paul, and on behalf of the faculty of Cliffe College of Creative Arts, it's my great pleasure to congratulate our candidates on their many successes. Please rise and come forward.
Nathaniel Malachi Chaplin, summa cum laude. Emilio G. Santiago. Aiden Danielle Holderfield. Gunnar Thomas Carwile. Michael Daniel Flood. Hannah M. Gordon. Hope Lauren Heffright. Sophia Angeline Lanzo. George A. Maramis, Jr. Caitlin Elizabeth Masucci. Elaine Marie McLaughlin. Kyla Jean Nickel. Elena R. Pecan. Avery William Sandy. Bayana Monet Sloan. Bo Gyeong Son. Jordan Rose Townsend. Elise Ann Vargo. Austin Lee Angus. Maggie Lynn Bork. Ryan Jeffrey Bowden. Mason Paul Soselski. Jesse Cole Crownover. Stephen Edward Dorbish. Wyatt M. Engstrom. Zachary Allen Fleischman. Nicholas Jeffrey Graybiggle. Mia Faith Heron. Shane David Hogle. Joseph Andrew Lasher. Dominic James Meyer. Declan Philip O'Hara. Jordan Nicole Ringgold. Christian Dijon Thompson. Devin Zerjav. Felicia Nicole Violet Fuller.
Graduates, today you join over 1,600 YSU alumni spanning 115 years and reaching literally around the world. As you depart campus today, remember the faculty, staff, and students who inspired you to new explorations. Remember that you never truly leave YSU because we are now a part of you and you will always be a part of us. We are all Penguins. For many of you seated in the audience today, I know that today's ceremony also has very special meaning. You have had a special role in the success and accomplishments of these graduates. At this time, I would ask the graduates to remain standing and salute with your applause your family and friends who have provided the love and support necessary for you to be here today. I also ask you to participate in a final symbolic action which concludes today's commencement ceremony. When you entered this afternoon, your tassel was on the right side of your cap. As a graduate of Youngstown State University, you are now authorized to move your tassel from the right to the left side. There it will remain forevermore, and once again, congratulations. I now ask everyone to stand for the singing of the alma mater. At the conclusion, will the audience please be seated until the recessional is completed.
face over.
Right, Shane, you all right, get in there with your instruments.
I ditched the hat.
That's okay. That sounded great, guys. All right, ready? Okay. All right. Beautiful, beautiful job. Great job.
Nice job,
Congratulations.
Hey, congrats.
All right.
Welcome them out of there.